Hi, I'm Meera Allen with your Manifesting Destiny Moon Update. So we have a new moon in Scorpio, and it also coincides with Diwali, the Festival of Lights. So it's that time for a new year, for the Indian New Year. It's a new moon in that Scorpio, the deepest water sign. And we've come out of Libra season, so much air, so much change, so much looking at relationships, how you self-care, how you create balance. And now we're coming into that more deep and inner transformative part of yourself. And that's what happens at a new year. We tend to look at how we're going to set our tone for the next new year, but we also have a really nice time for inner introspection. So this is a beautiful time because it's the Festival of Lights, because it's that Diwali time, that flame, that flicker. Even though Scorpio are the deepest and the darkest of the signs in a lot of ways, and the deepest of the water signs, so it's deep into the abyss of the deepest part of your waters, there's not much light that can get there. So even just the tiniest flicker of light is super important because it can illuminate and transform you at the most deepest level. Sometimes we have to go through the most dark and lonely and feelings of where we're wondering, where is everyone? And we just need to sit in ourselves in that darkness. There can also be times of depression or sadness or really deep inner transformation where your worlds may be shattered, or where fears and doubts may come to the surface so that you can shed that little flicker of light onto them and transform them. But this is also a really wonderful time to take time with the light, but don't be afraid of the darkness. The darkness that comes from fear can always be removed with the element of light, which is just love. Where can you care for yourself? Where can you care for others? Where can you bring in self-care? Where do you require that nurturing? Where can you go into the darkness of your meditation and focus on that small and tiny particle of light that grows and expands like a dawn? Where can you actually take time at the beach and watch the sunrise? Or wherever you are in the early hours of the morning, have that time for your inner light. This is a very special time. Diwali is the Festival of Light. We're in a time where the light part of us, or the illuminated part, the wiser part of ourselves, can conquer and destroy the darkness, the shadows, the fears, the part of us which doesn't have that illumination as yet. So these things may be brought up completely and come to the fore in whatever format they do come in, or situation or person or place or thing or reality. And you actually get to shine some light into that area of your life. It isn't always the most pleasant time, those transformative times. So myself personally, I moved and it was like, oh, is this move ever going to end? And then when it finally did, I end up right by the beach in a very light-filled home. So have a look at where you can listen to that intrinsic intuition. Scorpio is also a very intuitive time. So happy birthday, early Scorpios. It's a time where we go deeply into those places, and often we don't have the words for them. So often it's difficult to communicate those internal feelings and express that out to anybody else, or communicate that out with anybody else. But often that's a gift, because you can communicate that within yourself into your divine higher self. Whatever you believe your divine higher force is, that gives you that feeling of support. Wherever you get that from, go into that place that's powerful. It might not even involve a conversation. You might just do a little bit of journal writing and reflect on those things later, or go back to your old journals and read what those things are about. It might come from a message of a song and the lyric which touched your soul so deeply. It may not even be in your own language, but you feel the resonance of the meaning of that song and that vibrational feeling. So I've recently been doing quite a lot of study in quantum physics and looking at when we break ourselves down into the most tiny subatomic particles, we are pretty much held by 99% light that gives us that solid feeling. So it's held together by the energy of light when you look at our subatomic particles in the smallest level. So when you look at us in a quantum field, when you look at us as if we just broke all of our bodies, all of our objects, all this matter all around us, all these things down into the most small, minute levels, we're actually just a symphony of light connecting and moving in wave-like particles and shapes and forms, spiraling around, including the universe, the stars, the galaxies, the trees, our bodies, our cells, the nucleus of our cells. Everything is just resonating in a vibration of light, which is holding it together. And that frequency that it has carries a sound. So if you think about, even in the darkest of darkness, there can't really even be darkness if we didn't know the light. Darkness is simply a space where there is no light. So there really isn't ever just darkness. Take a moment with the sun. Take a moment with the sunrise. Take a moment lighting a candle, a diva or something, and take that moment within and share that light within you with all those around you. Happy Diwali. Happy new moon in Scorpio. My name is Meera Allen. If you feel you want to comment how you share your light with the world, comment below. If you feel someone's in a bit of darkness and you want to share this video with them, please do share. And I hope you enjoy this new moon. Happy Diwali, new Indian New Year in Scorpio. Namaste.